I would say our biggest success that we've had at Bozeman PD with our school resource officer program is the relationships we have with the school district. I mean, it goes back to well before our time, whoever started the SRO program. The relationships we have from district office, from the superintendents, everybody at central office, really, all the way kind of spread out throughout the whole school district. But these guys, I mean, the relationships that they have with the principals, the dean of students, the counselors, administrative assistants to custodians, teachers, the students. I would say that's our biggest success. People are not afraid to come up and talk to these guys. Kids want to come and talk because of the relationships that they have, whether it turns out to be a credible threat where somebody has a firearm in the school, or there's a bomb threat, or there's a fight's going to happen, or whatever it is. Having that communication is huge. If people see something, we want them to say something, and we can't stress that enough.
I would say that it's also pretty successful that working through kindergarten through eighth grade is what me and Jeremy do. In that time period, we can really start working with kids younger before they go down a path that they can't come back from, or they make serious decisions that have consequences that will affect them for the rest of their life. We can start working with them younger and just being a positive role model and influence. I mean, we go and visit them in the classrooms as often as we can just to build those relationships with them. And by the time they get to high school or college, they've already hopefully developed the skills to make better decisions through those relationships. And it's super huge.
I think one other thing I would add to specific successes that we've had in the past year or two is we've started our own diversion program. So instead of every kid that does something wrong in the schools, whether this is an elementary school, middle school where they're caught vaping, they get into a fight or they steal something, we're not necessarily, sending every kid to youth probation. So we kind of have our own program that we work with the school, we work with parents, we work with the students to see if we can avoid sending somebody to youth probation, see if we can fix the behavior on our own. And it's been pretty successful so far. We've got a long ways to go with it, but it's every year we're probably going to make little steps, and it'll keep growing over the years. I guess I would start by saying, if somebody's just starting a program, start small, aim big. You're definitely not going to have all the answers, have all the tools right away. Training is huge. Hiring the right people is very important. Even if you've got a program that's been around for 30 years, it's constantly evolving. There's always new staff. Kids change. The technology kids use change. The tools that we have available to us change. But I would say those are probably the big things. And the relationships, again, going back to that, having that relationship is, I think, just imperative.
So there's only a handful of us SROs, and there are hundreds and thousands of teachers and students and administrators alike. So we can't do it. Also, having the trust of everybody, including the students, is, I think, the most vital part to make it all happen.
We're obviously going to continue to work with the district and all of the staff and students. School safety is constantly evolving, so we need to stay on top of it. And one thing we're implementing right now that's kind of in the works, we're starting an SRO canine program.
I attended a training in Colorado. I just kind of picked his brain. We stayed in communication, and then I got back to Bozeman. I got their entire policy, everything regarding their canine program, pitched it to my sergeant, and then he ran it up the chain to other members of the department, the school district, and really everybody was on board. It's going to be a firearm and bomb detection dog. We're in about 7 months of training so far. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring her to the school every day starting in September. I mean, we believe this is going to have a huge impact on relationship building with all of our students. That's just going to be a pretty cool thing that we're excited for. And then on top of that, it's just an extra layer of security. If there's a complaint of somebody having a weapon or things like that in their backpack, to have a dog that can actually detect that and hit on it and let us know, that's huge. We're really excited to kind of see where the program goes and hopefully expand it.
And the goal is to expand the program, whether we have 1, 2, or 3 more, whether they're the exact same trained to detect firearms and bombs. Maybe we have some that are just therapy dogs. Certainly does help build relationship, and it can really help kids that are, dealing with traumatic situations. That's the goal. Continue to work with the district, everyone within the district, from the students all the way up to the top. Keep trying to make Bozeman a great place to go to school and where kids feel safe going to school.